In today's session, we are focusing on the core. So the affirmation for today's session is I am strong, I am grounded, and my core supports me in everything I do on and off the mat. So at all points today, come back to that affirmation. I am strong, I am grounded, and my core supports me in everything I do on and off the mat. For this session, it will be more of a workout with 2 light weights. I'm just using 2 kilos. If you don't have weights, you can grab water bottles or something else. But equally, if you want to do it without weights, that's fine. You will still feel the workout. So we are going to start in a seated twist here, just to mobilize the spine. So coming into a crossed leg position, and we're going to take your right hand over left knee, left hand is going to extend behind, and we're going to twist here. And just really inhale and exhale. Just a gentle spinal mobilization to begin with. So our core is really important because it supports our spine. Good, and let's come to the opposite side. So left hand over right knee, and look behind, look over that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Good, and we're going to come back to the first side and see if we can just go a little bit deeper. So crossing that hand over the knee, extending the arm behind, and see if you can look even further past that shoulder. Good, you can use your fingertips to walk around even further. Good, and let's twist to the other side. Again, trying to extend that little bit further. And one more, see if you can take them fingers a little further. Good, let's come back to center, and we're going to come up onto all fours. So I want to make sure my knees are directly underneath my hips and my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. And we're going to do some cat-cows here. So I'm going to drop my chest down to the ground, and then I'm going to push the ground away as I push into my shoulder blades and create that rounding shape here. And we're just going to move in and out of those positions in your own time. This is your practice. If you feel like you need to stay in one spot a little longer, it's absolutely fine. Really push the ground away. There's no collapsing into those shoulders. Good. And if it feels good to do so, you can take it into small circles. So to the side, up, to the side, down. And just making small circles here to really get into that spine. Keep them arms nice and straight. And then let's go the other direction. Good. One more. Good. Coming back to neutral, I'm going to tuck my toes and lift up into a downwards facing dog. Take your head, your gaze between either your knees or the ground, the space in between your feet, and really press into your shoulders here. So I'm not stacking shoulders over wrists. I'm really pressing my chest towards the top of my thighs. And we're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths. So taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. One more in. Exhale. Good. From here, we're going to round into a plank. So from here, I want to think about taking my hips forward, bringing my shoulders over my wrist. You might need to step your feet back a little bit into a plank position here. Good. Holding it for 2 breaths. So in. If any point is too much, you can drop your knees. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And pressing back into your downwards facing dog here. And we're just going to move back and forth in between those 2 shapes in your own pace. Back and forth, really articulating through that spine. So when I'm coming through into my plank, I really try to round into that upper back and those shoulders to come into my spine. And pressing back. Let's go one more each direction. Good. Nice. And back into your downwards facing dog. Bend those knees down to the ground. And let's come into a seated position here. So we're going to go back to one spinal twist each side. That should feel a little easier now. We've awakened that spine. Good. To the other side. Good job. We're going to come to the bottoms of our mat into a child's pose. So however's comfortable for you, if you have your knees further apart to sink in or a little bit closer to come down, that's fine. From here, I want you to internally rotate your shoulders so that our palms are facing each other. And we're going to do 10 active lifts here. So my forehead is going to be on the ground and I'm going to lift my arms 10 times each side. It's not going to be as big as that. It's a small movement. So if you want to watch the first one, here. And we're going to go for 10 of those on each side. So into position, palms face one another. Let's lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now to the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Palms flat, and I want you to raise onto your fingertips and feel a deeper stretch into your shoulders there. We'll just hold it here for a couple of breaths. Good. Okay, that should be your spine and your core nice and awake. Let's grab our weights. The first movement that we're going to do is a chair pose. So I'm probably going to cut off the top half of my body here. Let me just move you guys up as we come, oh, cover the camera there. Move you guys up now. Okay. So grabbing your weights. We are coming feet hip width apart. I'm going to take my arms up, sink my bum down, chair pose. From here, rotate your palms down, and we're going to do 10 shoulder raises here. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms back down, rising up out of chair pose. Take a small hinge forward here. Hands coming to wherever you're comfortable. So if you're on the ground, that's fine. Or if your hands just come to shins, then pause there for a second. And rising up, we're going to step right foot back in for a lunge here. Arms are by my side, by my hips. And then I'm going to drive my knee to my chest at the same time as I curl. So we're going to go for 10. So rising, 10, and back. 9, 8. Remember that affirmation of your core being grounded. 6, our core is working hard here. 5, to stabilize us in this movement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Step that leg back. We're going to come into a warrior 3 here. So if this feels too much with the weights, we can drop the weights, but we have options. So from here, I'm going to straighten my front leg, raise my back leg, and here is my warrior 3. You can hold weights here or in your warrior 3. We can pulse the arms out front. If you want to start with a pulse and then bring your weights into the chest, absolutely fine. So straightening into that front leg, raise your back leg, nice flat back, arms up, and let's pulse. Slight bend in that front knee, the stability. Whoa, use your core, embrace any wobbles. You need to bring a rest in, put your chin to your chest, you can do that. Make sure lifting that leg as high as you can, don't let it drop. Let's go for 10 more pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Step that back leg into that front leg. Hinge forward. Down to the ground here. Good. That left butt cheek should have been feeling a bit of a burn as well as you were stabilizing. Good. Grab those weights if you released. Coming back up. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So first, feet slightly hip width apart, sinking that bum down, raising those arms for 10 lifts. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rising up, take a hinge forward. I'm right here in the bottom with you guys as well. Don't worry. Now rising up, step in, left leg back. So now we're going for those knee drives. So sinking down into that back leg, and let's bring that back leg to the chest with that curl. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that leg back, getting prepared for that warrior 3. So tipping forward onto that front leg, slight bend, raise the back leg, arms up. Whoa, that's me paying attention to the camera. Any wobbles, embrace them. Tipping forward, lift that back leg, arms raised, and let's pulse. Completely normal. If it feels trickier on one side, make sure you're keeping that back leg raised. And if you need to bring weights to chest or even drop the weights, absolutely fine. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take that hinge forward. Good. Whew. I'm feeling it. You guys will be feeling it. Nice. And come back up. Okay. We're going to take a chair twist here and just hold it. So you can use your weights or drop the weights, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to sink my butt back, take my weights to my chest, and I'm going to twist towards the right. And we're going to hold it here. Use this as a chance to get your breath back. In and out. You can get rid of the weights if that's too much. Good. And coming up through center. And let's take the twist on the opposite side. So taking hips back, opposite elbow to the outside of that knee. Palms or weights together. Couple more breaths. Good. And coming back up. Okay, so now we're going to come down to the mat for more of our core focused section. So down onto the mat. Our first movement is going to be boat pose. So for our boat pose, we're going to wrist it in, back of our sit bones and holding here. And we're going to hold that for around 45 seconds. So, if you're ready, no weights needed for this one, absolutely fine without weights. So from here, we're going to round back into like a C shape, lift those toes off, arms extended, let's hold. Remember, focusing on the core, breathing through any discomfort. You can do this. About halfway there. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're now going to move into a low boat pose. So here, same position, arms to the side. If you're feeling strong, you can take your weights and do mini pulses. I might start out of the way, see how it goes. So into position, extending, low, hands by side, and pulse. Good. Squeeze in. Make sure that lower back is, you're trying to really pull that belly button in to the back of the spine, so make sure your lower back is on the ground. Good, about halfway there. If it gets too much, you can bend the knees in or release the weights if you've got weights. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, release. Whew, okay. Russian twists. So again, that tip back. Try to use the weights in this one if we can. Toes can be rested on the floor, or you can lift your toes, and we're going to twist for around 45 seconds, okay? So not for a number. So pulling back into back of the spine, toes lift and twist. Good. At any point too much, toes to the ground, or release the weights if you've got weights, whichever is your level, absolutely fine, as long as you're feeling the burn. I'm feeling the burn, A couple of weeks off, and I can tell. We got about 10 more seconds. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, so you're feeling that one in your obliques to the side here. Rolling over, so we're going to come into a forearm plank here. So we're going to have elbows underneath shoulders, toes tucked, and we're going to lift and create a nice flat line. So extending, just going to come onto the mat, extending those legs behind. We're going to press up, no collapse into the shoulders, and let's lift here. So we don't want to be up here. We're nice and flat, pressing into those shoulders. Use that core. Good. Keep pressing. Come back to your breathing. If any point's too much, you can drop the knees here and take a little bit of a rest, and then come straight back up. Good. About 15 more seconds. Nice. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, and we're just going to press straight back into a child's pose here. Forehead to the mat. Let your breathing return back to normal. Good. And coming down onto our backs. And I'm going to take a little stretch off. That's the hard work done. Just short and sweet. Core slightly blast. It's also strengthening for our flexibility. So I'm going to take my right knee, my left hand, and take it over to the side and twist. And looking towards that back, so my right arm. And we're just going to take a nice stretch and release here. If you can, and if it's in your practice, you can grab that left leg with that right arm to give a stretch in that front quad as well. Or you can just stay here, wherever you're at. Good. Hold it here for a little longer. Nice. And slowly release that bind if you took that. Rolling back onto the back of your mat, onto the back, and taking left knee in right arm and looking towards that left hand. Nice gentle twist here in your spine. Make sure this knee's pretty much in line with hips, so don't let it drop down too low. Keep it up in line with your hip. And if you can and or you want to, grabbing that back foot. Good. Good, and gently release here. Good. Whilst we're here, we're going to take our hands, we're going to clasp them together in a fist, and we're going to come into a baby bridge here. So feet are underneath my knees, hip width apart, here for support. Press, wiggle them shoulders under, and we're going to lift here, taking any pressure off that lower spine, and stretch. That core, as I said before, is very important. It plays a massive part in looking after our spine. You've got a weak back, sometimes because of this is weak, and so your back is taking all the flack for this not doing any work. See, our core is more than just this. It's here, our back, our glutes. Everyone thinks of core just as your abs. It's not, it's this whole trunk part of our body. But it's really important for us to look after, to ensure we have good spinal health as we age. And slowly release here. We're just going to come into a happy baby. So bringing each foot up, grabbing it with the same hand from the inside of your foot, and try to flex your feet and really press those knees down to the ground. So this is a good glute release, hamstrings, back of your top of your hamstrings here. So we did a lot of work in those lunges and that warrior three pose. Good. Should be feeling your heart rate come back to normal. But didn't get up too high. And maybe you didn't use weights. Use weights next time. Now you know what to expect. Just a short, sweet, sweaty flow. Good. And slowly release. I'm going to take my hands to the outside of my knees, bring them together, bring them back down to the ground, and bring myself back up to a seated position. And remembering our affirmation for today, I am strong, I'm connected, I'm grounded, and my core supports me in everything that I do on and off the mat. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that sweet little blast, and namaste.